Have you ever caught someone's gaze lingering on you but weren't quite sure what it meant? Today, we're diving into the clear-cut signs that she's definitely checking you out. I'm talking about those little hints and behaviors that scream, "I'm interested." By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, so you never miss out on an opportunity when someone is visually intrigued by you. Before we go on, if you're curious about improving your dating skills, why not book a free 60-minute strategy call? Just click the link below. 1. She adjusts her position frequently. When a woman frequently adjusts her position to face you better, it's a clear sign that she's interested. This might involve shifting her seat at a cafe, repositioning herself at a social gathering, or subtly turning her body toward you during a conversation. These adjustments are often subconscious actions taken to get a better view or to present herself in a more engaging way. This behavior is particularly telling if it occurs in a setting where she could comfortably settle into a position without needing to move much. If she chooses to adjust her position multiple times, especially when she has other options, it's a strong indicator of her desire to be in your line of sight. Furthermore, these adjustments often come with glances in your direction, as she seeks to gauge your reaction and establish eye contact. Pay attention to these movements the next time you're in a social setting with her. Note how often she reorients herself and whether these adjustments seem to coincide with opportunities to interact with you. If you notice a pattern, it's likely that she's not just finding a comfortable spot, but rather, she's positioning herself to interact with you more effectively. 2. She uses reflective surfaces. Another subtle yet significant sign is when a woman uses reflective surfaces to check you out. This method allows her to observe you discreetly, without making direct eye contact. You might catch her glancing at you through a window pane, a mirror across the room, or any other reflective surface that provides her with a view of you. This behavior is clever and cautious, as it helps her maintain a level of detachment while still indulging her curiosity. It's especially prevalent in environments where direct observation might seem too obvious or forward. By using reflections, she can keep track of your movements, your interactions with others, and your proximity to her without ever having to turn her head directly towards you. To notice this, observe her eyes and the direction they wander. If you see her looking at a mirror or shiny surface, follow the line of sight to see if it leads back to you. This repeated behavior, combined with a thoughtful or contemplative expression as she watches you, can be a strong indication that she is interested but prefers a subtler approach to her observation. 3. Sudden silence. Sudden silence when you enter a room can be a profound, albeit quieter, sign of interest. If she's involved in a conversation or an activity and falls noticeably silent as you approach, it could indicate that your presence has a significant impact on her. This reaction might show that she's momentarily distracted by your arrival, shifting her focus entirely towards you, which disrupts her previous engagement. This type of reaction is particularly revealing because it shows that her attention pivots directly to you, overriding whatever else was occupying her mind. It can manifest as a pause in her dialogue, a brief lapse in her activity, or even a moment where she seems lost in thought. These are all indicators that you command a portion of her mental and emotional bandwidth. Monitoring her conversational patterns and her engagement with others when you are around versus when you are not can provide clues. If there's a consistent pattern of her quieting down or becoming less animated when you appear, it suggests that your presence affects her significantly. This might be due to nervousness, excitement, or a mix of both, which are common when someone is internally processing their attraction to another person. 4. Unusual excitement. An increase in excitement or animation when you're around is a clear indicator of interest. This change can be seen in how she speaks, moves, or reacts to conversations when you're nearby. She may laugh more heartily at jokes, speak with more enthusiasm, or become more animated in her gestures. This heightened state of excitement often occurs because your presence stimulates an emotional response linked to attraction. This sign is particularly noticeable in contrast to her behavior when you're not around. If others comment on her livelier demeanor, or if you yourself notice a significant shift in her energy levels, it's likely not coincidental. Her body language, such as open gestures, a straight posture, and animated facial expressions, also tends to become more pronounced. These are all subconscious indicators of her desire to appear attractive and engaged in your presence. To gauge this, compare her behavior when you are in the room to when you are absent. Observing her from a distance initially when she hasn't noticed you can give you a baseline of her usual demeanor. Once you engage or make your presence known, any shift towards increased vivacity is a robust sign of her interest. If you're enjoying today's tips on dating, don't forget to like and comment. For a deeper transformation, consider our free 60-minute strategy call. You'll learn how to meet more women and date with newfound confidence. Click the link in the pinned comment to reserve your session. 5. She fiddles with her drink. Nervous fiddling with a drink while looking at you can be a subtle yet telling sign that she's interested. This behavior typically involves stirring her drink unnecessarily, playing with the straw, or rotating the glass in her hands. These actions are often subconscious and serve as a way to manage her nervous energy while she takes the opportunity to steal glances at you. Such behavior can indicate a mixture of nervousness and attraction. The act of fiddling provides a physical outlet for her nervous energy while allowing her to maintain a semblance of casualness in your presence. It's a protective gesture that can help her cope with the vulnerability she feels due to her attraction. Next time you're conversing with her in a setting where drinks are involved, take note of how she handles her glass. Does she touch it often? Does she look at you while engaging in this activity? These small clues, when pieced together, can reveal a significant amount of interest on her part. 6. She lingers around you. When she lingers around you longer than necessary, it's a clear sign she enjoys your company and is reluctant to end her interaction with you. This behavior is often seen at social gatherings, after meetings, or in casual group settings where she has the opportunity to leave but chooses to stay. Her lingering can be subtle, like taking her time to gather her things, or more obvious, like finding reasons to strike up new conversations with you. This tendency to stay close suggests that she values the connection and is possibly looking for more opportunities to interact with you. It's also a safe way for her to express her interest without making overt advances. By staying in your vicinity, she increases the chances of more interactions, which can lead to deeper conversations and stronger connections. Pay attention to how she behaves when events wind down. Does she seem to find ways to be near you, asking questions she might already know the answers to, or commenting on trivial things? These are strategies to extend her time with you, indicating that she's likely more than just casually interested. 7. She touches her face frequently. Frequent touching of her face or neck while looking at you is a classic sign of attraction. This action can include tucking her hair behind her ear, touching her lips, or gently rubbing her neck. These gestures are often subconscious and are thought to be ways to draw attention to her features that are universally recognized as attractive, or to soothe some of the nervous energy she feels in your presence. This type of body language is significant because it not only shows that she's trying to look her best when you notice her, but it also indicates a level of comfort and desire to connect. The neck and face are vulnerable areas, and touching them can be a way of enhancing her femininity or subconsciously exposing more of herself to someone she's attracted to. To discern whether this behavior is a sign she's checking you out, watch for consistency and context. If she frequently makes these gestures while in conversation with you, especially coupled with sustained eye contact or smiles, it's a strong indication of her interest. 8. She initiates physical proximity. When she initiates physical proximity by moving closer to you, breaking typical personal space barriers, it's a powerful sign of her interest. This action might be subtle, such as choosing to sit next to you when there are other options, or more deliberate, like closing the distance between you in a standing conversation. This behavior indicates comfort and a desire to be closer to you physically, which is often a precursor to developing a more intimate relationship. Physical proximity can also heighten the personal connection and increase the intensity of your interactions, making conversations more personal and engaging. Observe how she positions herself during your interactions. Does she lean in when you speak, or find reasons to minimize the distance between you under various pretexts? These actions suggest that she wants to be in your immediate orbit and is comfortable with less physical space between you. 9. She asks for help or advice. If she often seeks your help or asks for your opinion, it's a sign that she values your thoughts and wants to involve you in aspects of her life. This engagement can take many forms, from seeking advice on professional matters to asking for help with small tasks. Each instance is an opportunity for her to strengthen her connection with you and show that she trusts and respects your abilities and judgment. This behavior is a subtle yet effective way of keeping you involved in her daily life. It can create a dynamic where you become a go-to person for her, deepening your interactions and making her presence a regular feature in your life. Pay attention to the nature of the things she asks for help with. Are they significant or trivial? Does she seem to create situations that require your assistance? These contexts can help you understand the depth of her interest and the role she wishes you to play in her life. So now that you know the unquestionable signs she's checking you out, what's next for you? Discover the signs that prove you're on her mind, or learn the hidden signs you're more attractive than you realize. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.